How's it, everyone? Welcome to Race Space. Tonight we are back with the Rally Fighters Championship in another stage here at Dirtfish, but this time on the Boneyard course. I'm K9 as per the norm, and with me on commentary right now is Ratek as well. You guys will know him from previous rounds. How's it going, man?
Yeah, all good, mate. Ready for some more action in the rallycross in the supers. It's going to be a tight, twisty track. Hopefully you're going to have some clean, good racing tonight.
Yeah, we can only hope. Just trying to sort out some settings on something here next to me. Apologies.
It's okay, man.
I thought I could mute video because I got playing through a headset here, but it seems like you can't do that on YouTube.
Okay.
Unless I'm just being dumb.
So going into qualifying one, we got see Jacques Racing, Kento, Berries, Dusty and JPH. So all strong lineup there for the first round of qualifying. They've all showed extreme pace at the beginning of the year, going into their new cars.
Well, remember tonight is all 5-car races, so it should be some great racing tonight. Alright, so the guys are all readied up and it is time to get going. Alright, loading in, we can see the map now as we load in. It looks like a bit simpler to some of the other layouts. I'd say much more simple than Mill Run. Mill Run's probably the most complex of layouts of Dirtfish. Then this one is very similar in parts to the Pro Course layout. It's just probably Sector 1 there that's quite different.
Tricky section as well. It's coming off that start line, it tightens up, it narrows down into that first corner.
I'd say Sector 1 here, the difficulty comes more from the actual terrain than it does from the layout. Like, there's no extremely difficult angles in the corners. It's just that the terrain is very up and down and thin. So we'll see how they cope here. Let's hope that nobody overshoots this turn 1 and causes a pileup.
I was just laughing at whatever that beam that's just going across the front of the camera. It's like
probably the pole for the camera.
Yeah,
it is.
Strange,
It's a camera pole. There, you can see the camera on it. So our camera's like behind that camera. It's hilarious.
Not sure on that, but yeah, it's right. Race 1, qualifying 1 on the way.
That's Kento there. He gets a good position off the start line. Pretty good pull off from all these guys. They got a break.
Great shot. Great shot coming down into that first corner.
It is, and they've all got through cleanly. Kento's still holding on to the lead right now in that Ford. He's actually got a bit of a lead, got a gap on the guys.
JPH was a little bit sideways coming through that rough section.
Very much. I think Kento must have gone the Joker lap. Was that him on the standard route there in front? No, he went standard. So who was it? It looks like one of the Audis. Jacques went in through the Joker and Berries. So Berries was sitting at the back now, but he's up into second. He's chasing down Jacques. Kento leading the pack of guys that didn't Joker. Oh, but he runs it. Oh, he goes into the wall there. And then JPH into the side of him. JPH now backwards as well. So horrible for those two guys, but it's given Dusty a chance now to move up into third place.
Good move, I reckon, by Jacques and Berries diving for that Joker.
It gave them some clean air, got them out of the pack there, which is good for their qualifying round here.
Jacques Berries just clipped that barrier.
Yeah, probably that inside tyre. I've done that a few times.
mega damage to his
Kento,
car.
he took the Joker lap, which has put him out ahead of Berries, but he had a big spin there as well. So Kento carrying some heavy damage now.
So the man to watch at the moment is Dusty. He's still got his Joker in play. Kento out in the wall again.
He ran it wide again. Yeah, so Dusty still able to do that Joker. When is he going to take it? He can take it now, or he can take it the next lap.
I was going to say, Jacques still got 4 or 5 seconds lead on him at the moment, so I don't know how much that Joker,
so
how
Dusty
much time
goes
difference.
standard.
Kento and Berries. Berries
And with another
in the background
spin.
there. Yeah.
So unfortunate there for Berries. JPH would have had a lot of damage as well from that spin he had earlier, going into this back of Kento, who was up against the wall. And you see Dusty ran it slightly wide by the looks of it as well. I don't think he picked up too much damage, but a lot of the guys running it wide there out of the tunnel.
Keeping it nice and clean through that section. That's a rough section where it really unsettles the car.
You can see he almost lost it, but he held on.
Yeah. Diving for his Joker now, so where's that going to bring him out?
Remember, it's a shorter Joker than... he's out in front.
Jacques, yeah, just
quite a bit,
so
good work there from Dusty. His strategy did pay off there. And Dusty crosses the line in first. Jacques will take second in this race. JPH, he manages to get into third after all that chaos.
Kept it clean, and I think
Just
he saved his Joker, didn't he, to the
that might have been it. And over the line he goes in third. Berries will get fourth, and Kento, after a great start, just kept running it wide on the exit of that tunnel, and that let him down here this go around. But we've still got more races for each of these guys, so I'm sure we will see guys improve as the night goes on.
Okay.
Alright, so race 2 now. We have Carlo, Kenny, Mark, Scott and Mark. It's a battle of the Marks again. We'll probably get JP on cameras here for this one.
Yeah, JP's hanging around. That's good. It's just joining, so I'll leave you guys to it.
Awesome.
Be back shortly.
Evening, Kyle.
How's it going, JPH?
Ooh,
So what was that race like? I saw you had a bit of a moment there with Kento that gave you guys a bit of damage, but you seemed to recover better than expected there and got up to third, so nice recovery.
Weird one. I mean, I've literally done about 10 minutes practice prior to try and get to know the circuit a bit, and in the mini it's horrible. The car just wants to bounce around.
Not a bad circuit. Sector 1 is a bit rough with its terrain, but I don't know, the rest of the track is probably some of the best bits from the pro course, so it's a nice track. It just takes some getting used to. It's the Sector 1 can really throw you off, especially if you've got a couple cars around you because of how tight it gets.
Yeah, well, me and Jacques were quite close. I ended up getting just squeezed into the barrier, which is why I was all a bit all over the shop going through that first section.
So we've got Kenny, Carlo, Mark, Scott and Mark. So it looks like we're good to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. Let's get this underway. So we've got 3 Fords in this race. We know how big that Ford is. So it'll be interesting to see these guys, if they go through Sector 1 together, how they fit on this track.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, the critical corner really for the Fords is actually in the middle of the lap where you've got that little kink left-right, because that's a really difficult kink. It looks really easy, but the pace you're coming up to it, if you just misjudge where the front end is, you're going to be sailing into the barriers with a tyre.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be probably the worst corner for them.
So we were just trying to figure out, did you save your Joker lap for that last lap? Was that where you... Yeah, we thought so. It's quite a strategic move. We saw it pay off for Dusty there in the last race. He just managed to get ahead of Jacques, leaving his Joker right till the end.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, it gives you that slight advantage into that chicane going into the warehouse, because you just get that slightly better line into it. So even if you're behind, you can potentially make a move on the exit of the warehouse afterwards. Matuzzi and Motormouth looking favourable at the front row, though.
Yeah, so they got a good start there, and Motormouth's teammate Kento had a good start, same position where Motormouth is now in that last race. He actually got off to a good start. He had gapped everyone a little bit, but then obviously just made the mistake coming out of the tunnel most laps, just running it a bit wide. So it's something the guys have to look out for tonight, is that exit to the tunnel. It's fun when you get it right, but it's very easy to overshoot.
It's going to be interesting to see how Kenny does from the back, especially with Ratek alongside him.
Yeah, so generally speaking, those are the two stronger drivers in this lineup right now, so you would expect them to work a move here. I'm going to imagine if Kenny's still where he is when they get to the Joker, he'll take Joker. Ooh, big pile up there. It's sort of got everyone right again, but Matsutsi flying through the air now, so all the Fords to the back. Kenny is through into second, Ratek into first. Wonder if those two in the front picked up any damage now. Looks like Ratek, did he take the Joker, I think? Yeah, yes, Ratek took the Joker. Kenny is on the standard lap. Ooh, just brushes that back wall there with his back of his car. Left some paint on that wall. Can see Matsutsi smashed his car. He's quit the race there. So that's unfortunate for him. Kenny, though, looking like he's going strong there. He's still got the Joker to play with, so he could be in a race soon. Ooh, Motormouth just messing up that exit there to the tunnel. He just was a bit short and caught the inside of that wall.
I've popped the map up because it'll help us to determine who's gone for the Joker, and Kenny's staying on the standard lap for now, so he's looking to make up the time on the standard lap. So
he's using that dusty strategy, Kenny. I think he's going to try put in some solid laps here and then take that Joker. Also, if you've taken the standard laps a few times, you're not always so confident in how the Joker is going to play out, so you sort of stick with your laps that you know you can get right. And then hope it's enough.
Car for Motormouth.
Yeah,
it's not pushing.
Looks like he's struggling. Maybe he's got some engine damage that he's trying to save the car or something.
I wonder if he's got also maybe a bit of suspension damage, because that won't help
could
in
be.
this course.
Kenny getting some nice rotation through there.
That'll make a nice
he's going to go Joker lap now, so he's going to come out just ahead of Ratek, I think, and he does.
He's going to come out a second ahead of Ratek.
Just see Ratek there in the background now. So that move paid off there for Kenny.
Kenny just pulled about 7 seconds through that Joker there.
Both of them looking pretty solid there now.
And they're going to come up to lap Motormouth at this rate, along with Mark Querty.
Yeah, because they're about the same sort of pace here, Mark and Motormouth. Although Motormouth did do his Joker, Mark only just doing his Joker now, Mark Querty. So Kenny now coming up on the back of Motormouth.
It's interesting how Kenny's driving this, because he doesn't usually get sideways as Kenny. He's a very tight driver, but he's getting a fair amount of opposite lock on.
It definitely is a track that benefits the sideways style, I think. You can carry a lot of speed through some of these sections if you're willing to go sideways.
Smooth out the tunnel to take the win there for Kenny. Good.
Ratek not that far behind either, so he's in second. Makweti is a little bit away, he's still got a lap to do. And that's Motormouth, I think, there that has finished the race because he was lapped, but he would be 4th, and McQuartie will be in 3rd. Is he going to be able to finish his race here?
He should be able to. 20 seconds from the end there. It's about normal lap, probably, I don't know, about 50 seconds. Just under 50 seconds.
Ooh, but he makes a mistake in the tunnel there. It looked like an intentional move almost, the way he got out of that one. Ooh, a big jump there as well. And over the line he goes in 4th place. So unlucky for Carlo there.
Yeah, it just looked like at the start, so he pulled the handbrake, went very sideways in the first corner, and as it's gripped up, it's kind of brought him back across the track where there was another car there.
So I'm just reading here, Carlo was having wheel issues last week when we were racing the KTMs, so he couldn't race the last KTM race. It seems that his wheel flew off again tonight, so that might be the cause of the crash, and probably why he's retired, so he might not be continuing tonight. We'll have to see. But into the next race we go here. So we have Kento, McQuartie, Scott, Carlo and Jacques. So we might not see Carlo, but the other guys will sure be in.
I'll give way for Ratek, who just had a good heat.
Yeah, it was pretty good from Ratek there. How did it feel, Mark?
Yeah, it's not too bad. That first section is really, really tricky to get through. I picked up a little bit of damage. I think there was a bit of contact. I think Carlo had a problem with his steering wheel, did he, or something?
Yeah, so it looks like he might be over for tonight. Remember, he was having issues with the KTM night the other night.
Yeah, it's a shame for him. He will be missed on track.
So we got Kento, we got McQuartie, we've got Scott. So the 3 teammates here, big Ford lineup. Carlo would have been here too, so we would have had 4 Fords. And Jacques also. So it's just 4 drivers for this one, I think. I don't think Carlo will be joining. That is a shame. We would have loved to see this track kind of encourages sideways driving, so it would have been a really cool one to see Carlo on. But we'll see him at some point in the series, I'm sure.
I'm sure Jacques isn't, he's quite happy that there's one less Ford there, because if you put 4 Fords to try and get past them big cars, that'd be a tall ask, that would. So I'm sure Jacques will be a little bit happier there that there's a little bit more room to play with on track.
Yeah, definitely. It's always a bit of an advantage to have less cars in these rallycross races. So we've seen a lot of the guys that were making mistakes, they actually make it coming out of the tunnel. Now it is a part of this Dirtfish track that we've seen messed up on all the layouts. You would think the tunnel people would be getting used to it by now. I mean, 3rd layout of the series, so it's very similar to the pro course layout for the tunnel. Yeah,
that section is identical, isn't it? But what I found in that race, I was having to break it down a lot more. Whether it's you're thinking you're having to break it down a lot more it just seems to really want to slide coming out of that tunnel. But I don't mind. Give it a big full send and hope for the best.
Anyways, so Kento got a great starting position again. That's where he was previously. So just for the people looking at the cars now, Kento's with the red wing, Motormouth with the blue wing, and McQuartie with the yellow wing. So Kento holding on to first.
Line.
He managed to do this the last time. I see McQuartie up into 2nd. Jacques has dropped back into 3rd. Ooh, collision there with McQuartie. Jacques continues through him there. And I think Jacques is going to go in the Joker lap now. Motormouth might have followed him through as well. Kento on the standard lap. So Kento will probably come out there in 3rd. No, Motormouth has crashed in the Joker. So Kento comes 2nd out of the standard section.
So Mark Quirty had gone standard as well. So Kento just learning this time, keeps it nice and tidy coming out of that tunnel.
He's looking solid. If he just gets some decent laps here and he's still got his Joker to play with, he might be in contention here with Jacques. I'm not sure how much quicker Jacques is in front of him there.
At the moment you can see he's holding around between 3 and 4 seconds, which I think before Dusty was about the 4 to 5 second mark and came out in front. So
he's taken his Joker lap now. He's going to come out. Is that just ahead? He is. He's ahead of Jacques. So he answers back immediately, and he does a good move there because it's put him quite far in front now.
Yeah, he's at least... See Jack just coming into shot there. So Kento taking the fight on track rather than doing it holding out on the Joker where Jack couldn't see him. He'd rather be in front to make that car as wide as possible, couldn't he? And
definitely. And it puts a bit of mental pressure on Jacques now to sort of figure out how he's going to come back from this.
Kento giving it a big full send there. Check on Jacques. He's
but I would say there's times this season where I've seen Kento is looking solid.
Yeah. See Jack just edging onto the back of him now, just making up a bit of time, but the Focus is pulling away. It's got a good drive out the corners. See Motormouth and Mark Quirty, they're having a battle. They're pretty close on time, but they have dropped a lot. Kento runs it out wide. Jack's having a look. Kento's going to hold that inside line for this first turn. I think Jack backed out of it quite wisely coming into that section.
See a bumper fly off there. It's probably from the Ford. No, not from the Ford.
No. Kento looking good at the moment. Don't want to curse anyone. We've lost Kento. Drunk cameraman. Yeah.
Fell over there, I think. Just the noise of the cars. But Kento looks pretty solid. There's nothing I'm seeing.
He's having a good run, isn't he? Oh. Keeps it, so... Last corner,
sometimes just throwing the car around a bit, maybe he just runs it wide, but he holds on to it. So first for Kento. That was a great race from Kento there. Jacques doing a good job there as well. And that's what we like to see, some close racing. Mark Quirty there, his car is a bit damaged. Obviously we missed a few of the crashes between them, but he came together there with Jacques in the very beginning of the race, which sent him into a wall, so that'll be where he picked up most of his damage. He's going to come over the line in 3rd place. 4th place there, Motormouth. So Motormouth with that blue wing we were talking about earlier. Even his wing's bent. I don't know how the wing bent. You can see that he's struggling there. Suspension damage for sure.
Yeah, when it goes sideways down a straight, you know it's heavy suspension damage, isn't it? But good race by Jacques and Kento there.
Yeah, solid. If Kento can keep up that kind of racing, he's got a shot here at this track, I think.
Definitely has. His time's quite impressive as well.
And it'll be nice to see him take the fight to some of the guys that are usually the sort of favorites going into these tracks. We like to see some new people fighting for a win. He's not so new, but he would be new as a winning contender. He hasn't won a event yet, so it's always nice to see guys take the fight to the supposed favorites. I don't like to say anyone's a favorite because it means that sometimes people might think certain people are better than others, but we know that anyone can win this, so
definitely.
Anyways, so into the next race, we've got Dusty, Kenny, Berries, which is Ryan, Mark, and JPH. So we're going to need a cameraman here, probably Motormouth if Motormouth is around.
So hopefully you layer that and join back in.
Yeah.
Is that joined? Yep, he's joined in.
Awesome. So this is going to be a solid lineup here. It's Dusty, He's obviously leading the championship at the moment. Then we got Kenny, the champion from last season. Barry's always solid. I think he's won 2 events, if I'm not mistaken. Ratek, which is Mark, who we've been speaking to now, is also an event winner. Won 1 event before, which is, in this series, it's quite a feat to have won an event.
Yeah, I'll hold on to that. Just the one, that'll do me.
In this series, it's quite a feat just to actually go around and not die and have 90 odd damage on your car. But
how's it going there, Motormouth?
I like this track. Of the 3 versions of this Dirty Fish, this is the best one.
Yeah, it is. I always liked this one. Obviously, Sector 1 is quite difficult. The guys complain a bit because of the terrain. It's a bit bumpy and can send your car into a bit of a
caught
spin.
Me out. I did get caught out by the grass verge, and then that rather big tractor tyre that was there that decided to follow me whichever direction I went in.
Can just hear ourselves echoing there in the background. I don't know if you've got your volume turned
that's
up.
Probably. I've not turned it right down, have I? I've not turned it down enough.
Okay, cool. So
God, it shows how good this speaker is, doesn't it?
Yeah. Anyways, so these are our guys now. It's a solid lineup. I was just telling Mark. We got some solid drivers in this one. So
that's why I looked at it all. I was literally just making my way back into the lobby as I heard you saying it on the stream. Because I worked out that JPH was in it, Ratek was in it, Kenny was in it. So I thought, you need somebody.
Yeah.
And if I jump back out of the party and back into the game, then we might actually get somewhere. Otherwise, we won't be seeing very much.
Yeah, we don't need any more drunk cameramen.
No, they're pretty good anyway, aren't they? They do a pretty good job of it. I reckon it's like being an artist, isn't it? You've got to die penniless and drunk. It's part and parcel of being like, it's great years later when all your work is worth like several billion quid, but when you're alive, you're potless.
Anyway, so it's a solid starting position there for the 2 Savage Racing Audis of Barry's and Dusty. Yeah. Dusty on pole, Barry. Oh, well, they're saying the outside is pole here actually. So Barry's is on pole, and that's odd. I would have thought Dusty was in pole, but
because I was in that position in the first race, and apart from obviously what happened to Paul Mazzuzzi, I had a stunning start.
Yeah, so JPH sort of in the middle there, and that's Kenny and Ratek from the back. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Better. It's the camera pole, that thing.
It is. Yeah. It's the boom, isn't it? But it's a good start there.
Dusty with a great start. Barry's right behind him there.
This bit is tough. There, and that's where they've just
side by side. You got to stay on the path there. To go on the grass tends to do what just happened there. That's Barry's up against the wall, but he immediately goes Joker, so he will probably come out ahead of Dusty there, but he's still behind Kenny, who took the Joker first. Ratek follows them through as well.
Like that. That's not in the way, is it?
So 4 guys took the Joker because somebody is Dusty's still in the lead, so Dusty took Joker. Yeah, I thought Dusty stayed standard. So Dusty, only JPH.
Kenny, Berries all took it.
Bring in some standard laps if I was JPH. Take it on the last lap, see where I come out.
That's the race at the moment. I mean, Dusty's broke away. Berries and Ratek is probably the battle. Kenny's trying to get...
Kenny's made a mistake because he was ahead of Ratek and Berries earlier.
Yeah, that was in the part where I said he came worse off. You know, where the grass verge is and that?
Yeah.
He came worse off, I think, through that. I think that was where he came, I won't say a cropper, but that's what lost him a bit of ground. Yeah. But at the moment, you've got Berries.
Berries made another mistake. So Kenny right on the back of Berries. So Berries is struggling here. He struggled his first run as well.
That's the battle, isn't it? Cameraman, come on. There, that's better. I wanted to be able to see the 2 of them. No offence to the front 2, but... So... JPH has lost more ground.
Audi versus Citroen here for this.
Get there. Oh, Kenny!
That was dangerous, but it worked out.
He didn't come out too. He must have some front end damage. That left eye is winking a bit on DS3. But yeah, he was lucky he didn't absolutely pile that.
That was a close one.
But he had to go for it, didn't he? He had to
Yeah,
try
you've got to
it.
have a look. You can see Barry's rotating a large amount there, which just loses him a bit of time.
He almost over-rotated there, didn't he? Kenny's got the better control, I think. And that's not being disingenuous to Berries there at all. But it was just, I think Berries are going a bit too.
Let's take a quick look at Dusty here. Oh, Dusty's finished. Dusty's just crossed the line. So Radtech now coming out of the tunnel. Let's see. Great shot there. Yeah, so second for Radtech. He takes another second, I think. Yeah. Barry's in third. Kenny in fourth. So I think the surprise there would be Kenny. Kenny, we would have thought maybe would have got a bit higher.
Had some serious. Yeah, he did. Look at that
missing a lot of his car there.
That's even worse than one of mine.
This Mini though, it takes a lot of stuff off. A lot of panels come off that Mini when you've crashed. Believe
to be honest,
me.
It's not a Mini anymore, is it? It's a knee.
Yeah.
Because the Mi's disappeared. Oh, 2 vans this week. Aren't we lucky? See, it's that important this week. They gave us 2 vans, not just the normal one. Some good lap time for Dusty. Look at that.
Yeah, that is solid from Dusty. Anyways, so qualifying 3 now. We're moving quick because there's only 2 races per qualifying round because there's 5 and 5. Only 10 drivers.
Am I in round 1 or round 2?
So round 1 is you, yes. So you are racing this one.
Oh dear.
We would have had Carlo, but Carlo's wheel seems like it is broken, so he's probably not going to be joining unless he gets that fixed. Radtech is in this one. Mark Qwerty, Scott, and Jacques. So we'll have JPH on cameras again here.
I think Carlo's issue is more with the clamp, I think, than the wheel itself. So obviously he can't get it solidly attached. So obviously
it keeps flying off every time he's racing, especially in the rallycross where you got to swing that wheel around.
Track racing, you can get away with not having such a firm. Oh, he just said he's got it fixed.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we've got him. We can just see he's in the lobby there, so that is great because we want to see some sideways action here. We like to see Carlo go sideways, and this track
being perverted.
This track encourages some sideways action. So I'm glad that he's back.
There we are. It encourages me to go into walls, actually, but that's another thing entirely. Anyway, I will leave you with that one, and you can watch me crash into walls again.
Awesome. Have a good one. Just make sure you change your car there.
Oh, what? I'm in something rubbish again, am I?
You're a
I'll be back. Oh, yeah. Luck. No, thanks.
Definitely don't want the Merc around here.
Well, I'll be doing that on Wednesday. A nice heavy car around this track. But okay, here we go. So we have our drivers. It's back to 5. Carlo managed to get into this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's hope his wheel doesn't fly off its whatever it's clamped to. You'd be surprised how strong some of these wheels are. I remember when I first got my wheel and I didn't have anything to clamp it up to, I gave it a test on one of my coffee tables and it just about snapped the coffee table in half. It was quite a lot stronger than I thought it was. Especially if you're going to do something like rallycross, I can tell you that. Okay, so we got our guys ready. Let's get this race underway. Qualifying 3, race 1. So we saw in that last race, JPH, you had quite a bit of damage on that car. Obviously there was quite a fight going on in front of you, so we didn't see a lot of your race. But what happened there?
The flick left-right. I just clipped the inside wall, sent me into the tyre on the outside. Got about 55 right front suspension, which, as you know, causes you to crash even more.
Yeah, it's quite tough because the Mini, obviously it's a Countryman, so it's a bit bigger than some of these cars, and some of these tracks it just catches you out a bit. You can just clip the back or the front on like a wall, or inside or an outside wall, and unfortunately, and that Mini becomes very hard to drive with damage.
Yeah, it's not so bad if the damage is equal, but when there's only one suspension, which I found pretty weird as well, because I hit the side of the car, I don't think I hit the wheel, but that is Rallycross for you. Boys have got a lot of work to do before the next race.
Alright, so Motormouth has got pole there. I was just saying, I would have thought pole would have been on the right-hand side for them, which is our left, where Jacques is, but that's apparently not the pole. The pole is where Motormouth is in that Ford. You would think where Jacques is the better line into the first corner.
Yeah, although the track does go slightly left as you enter it, so if you get an equal getaway, you do tend to have that somewhat of the high ground as they get ready to go.
Alright, so Carlo's brother is asking him to full send it, so let's see if he full sends it here. Carlo in that white car for Team Matsutsi. He's ducking up the inside. Good line there into that first corner. Jacques just runs it a little bit wide, drops him into fourth place now. Just see Motormouth is backwards there. That's not the right way.
It's all a bit chaos, really.
Bit of chaos there.
Gone.
Yeah, Ratek in first place. It looks like Ratek took Joker first lap. Oh, he clips the barrier there. We spoke too soon. So now Carlo Matsutsi in first place. Remember, he's going to need a good result because he quit that first one and he missed the second one. So he needs to get some good results here. Jacques in third place. Motormouth stopped. So I wonder if he's just picked up too much damage or what happened there.
That's not a place you want to be stopping the car. That is coming right on line.
Alright, so Matsutsi sending it there. Ratek manages. Oh, Matsutsi clips the inside there. So Ratek also sideways. Bit of chaos in this race. Cars clipping the barriers everywhere. Marquetti goes through there.
Jacques going for the Joker now.
So Jacques
it's going to be tight on the
is going to come out just behind those two. It's just not enough for him.
I think Motormouth is now moving.
All of these guys will have some significant damage. I think they've all clipped barriers. Carlo full sends it there. The Ford always looks nice when it's sent sideways because it's so long. You can really see some serious angle on that car. So we were just saying earlier on this section, you want to stay as much as you can on the tar section of that part because the ground to the side is very uneven. It throws the car around. You can just see there, Carlo throws it backwards into that one corner. He's struggling a bit though. You can see he's picked up suspension damage. The car's just twitching a little too much, but still he's managing to throw it quite well.
Oh, that's the wrong lanes of the tunnel though. Just a little bit too sideways, it's just causing him to go a bit wide. I think Jacques had an issue as well somewhere because he's now got
Marquetti is right behind him. Maybe Marquetti had the Joker to play with as well. I think that's a possibility.
Possibility, but Jacques lost about 8 seconds to Ratek and Matsutsi there. Matsutsi having a horrible time now, going up through the first sector.
Yeah, so he's struggling there now with damage. Oh, Mark also. So now Matsutsi up into first again. So chaos in this race as position has just changed over and over. You can see as the race went on, they're just struggling with their damage.
Jacques now behind Marquetti, so I'm going to suggest that Marquetti's maybe now taking his Joker. But this is going to open the door for all 5 of those in the second heat, as long as they have a clean heat. Ratek.
So Matsutsi first, Ratek second, Marquetti in third. So good recovery even with that damage. Jacques struggles with the damage. He crosses the line in fourth place. And Motormouth just unable to finish properly there. So he only gets 1 lap done and finishes in 5th place.
Yeah, let's open the door up for the 5 in the second heat there, because I think all 5 drivers in the second heat should be capable of beating that 3:35.
Yeah, so even though you win this race, you could still end up coming 6th, basically, in this round. So unless there's major mistakes, all of these guys will obviously be hoping there's some mistakes made in this next race so that they can remain competitive.
It definitely will, yeah. There's a messy race from my side all the way through. Just couldn't find the rhythm in that one.
Everyone had a messy race, I think, in that one.
Yeah, it's strange how it transitions from qualifying round to qualifying round, and then you just don't get the feeling sometimes. But,
yeah. Also, the damage, I think, is a factor. Obviously, as you guys are crashing more, it becomes easier to crash because you're getting suspension damage. We could see some of the cars looking very twitchy there towards the end.
Definitely fighting it, even just trying to keep it in a straight line. But
yeah. Anyways, so we've got Ryan, which is Berries, back for this one. Kenny, JPH, Dusty, and Kento. So it's another solid lineup here. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these guys do here, especially Kento. I want to see if Kento can follow up now with another solid performance.
There's no bigger stage to set it on, is it, when you're racing against Dusty and Kenny, Berries, and even JPH. He's been strong this season so far, hasn't he? New to his championship, but showing some great pace out there.
Anyways, I think, looking at the lineup, I know Berries seems to be struggling at this track a little bit. He's struggling, I think, through that sector 1. He just loses the car a bit there. So I'm sure he'll be looking to improve as this night goes on. JPH, he struggled the last time round. We saw him come out of that one race with half his car not quite there anymore. And then Kento, he made some mistakes in that first race he had tonight, but the second one he beat Jock. So let's hope that he gets another solid run here and takes the fight to Dusty and Kenny. Kenny also in that last round he struggled a bit, only took a 4th in his heat.
Yeah, I'd had some contact with a wall there. I remember coming around the corner and seeing him facing the wrong way. But
so I think if there's ever a race where Kento stands a chance, it might be this one. And he's starting there in the middle.
Mid-grid. Good launch by everyone there. No one seemed to...
Dusty up the inside. Mega launch.
It's coming
sideways from Berries into the wall. That's going to hurt his car. He'll have some suspension damage after that one, I'm sure. Dusty, though, into the lead. Another crash behind him. Kenny and the Ford of Kento. Kento recovers. He's into 3rd. Berries manages, even though he had that crash, he's up into 2nd, but he takes the Joker, so he might come out 1st here unless Dusty took the Joker. So Dusty, Berries, and Kenny have taken that Joker lap now. I think Dusty just decided he wants no part of all that crashing going on. He'll just take that Joker while he's got no one behind him.
Yeah, get the clean air, get out there. It's difficult on the track, isn't it, when you're such a rough track in sections and stuff. One slight mistake from someone and it can create a little bit of mayhem, but definitely none of it's intentional by anybody.
So Kenny chasing down Berries now. I wonder, Kenny looks like he might have a little less damage than Berries. But that Citroen doesn't seem to show damage as much as some of the cars. It looks like I rarely ever see it lose its front bumper. Love that shot of the exit in the tunnel.
Let's have a quick look at Dusty out in front. Nice clean car. And
he wasn't involved in any of those accidents, and he's just going to continue going there. But even he's struggling on that section as we see him clip the barrier.
Let's check further back. Kento has done his Joker now. Missing the front bumper.
I think JPH is the only one who hasn't taken his Joker yet. You just see JPH in the background there of Kento. Just runs it wide a bit.
JPH is going to dive for it now,
takes that Joker sideways into the Joker, but manages to hold it.
Into that.
He comes out ahead of Kento now, but still behind Kenny.
Still got the front bumper on the Mini as well, so
Let's
he's doing
see how
well
he goes out the tunnel here. He doesn't send it as much as I would have thought he could have, but I think just trying to play it safe. Anyways, let's check out front here. Dusty on his final lap.
I think it's all under control for Dusty there.
I think he's the only car that hasn't picked up damage.
Berries and Kenny close. Kenny's having a look, but we know Berries is, when he's on form, he's a hard person to try and overtake, but he has made a couple of mistakes tonight, so hopefully he's got into the rhythm. And
good job from him to recover from that early crash. He obviously will have a bit of damage.
Think, yeah.
Over the line in second is Berries, Kenny in third, JPH out the tunnel there. He will finish in fourth place. And Kento with some serious damage there. He's struggling now, so it's unfortunate for him. I think that damage early on in the race has just made it very difficult. It seems he's given up here.
Yeah, I think too much damage to even try and... You can see the timer there counting down. I think he's, well, got to the point where he knows he can't make it to finish the lap. It's unfortunate.
It's unlucky for him because he was doing okay tonight. That'll hurt his chances a bit. Anyways, that is the end of qualifying 3. One more round of qualifying, which is 2 more races here tonight. Okay, so race 1 for qualifying 4, we have Kento, we have Carlo, we have Scott, McCourty and Jacques. So Ratic can stay on comms here.
Yep.
Kento is in, we've got Carlo is in, McCourty is in. We're just waiting for Jacques and Motormouth. Motormouth is in, just waiting on Jacques now. There he is. Alright, looks like all their cars are correct, and we will start the last round of qualifying. So this is the last race for these guys tonight, but we still have one more race after this. It's gone pretty quick tonight. I guess it's because we're doing basically one less race per qualifying round.
Yeah, with the five cars out on track as well, so it hypes up the action on track, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to have a good qualifying round in a qualifying session to pick up some good points.
So obviously in the qualifying stages, you don't race with more than 5 cars in a qualifying round. So if there was 11 drivers, it would make it that we had to do 3 races per qualifying round. So that is why we are speeding through this one tonight. You can see all the teammates again. We've seen a lot of those races with all these Fords on the track.
Look at that Audi surrounded by Fords.
And a little Audi. It's like a formation there.
Yeah, it's
star formation.
It's gonna be tight for anyone. See who gets a good launch going into this first section here.
I'd say it's looking good here for Kento, that Red Wing Ford. You see, Motormouth didn't even pull off there. He just let everyone through. Matsutsi, though, with a great launch. He's right there.
Kento,
wrong way into the wall. And that'll put him at the back. So leading this race now is Carlo, the full send Matsutsi there. And he full sends it the wrong way.
Yeah, the big Scandinavian flick, and it just didn't pay off for him there. But Jacques into the lead. Mark Quirty comes through. Kento right on his back bumper there.
So that is and Kento into the wall again. So it's not looking good there for Kento. Jacques now with a lot of clean air.
Went for his joker, got that clean air, got away from anyone and runs it out. Matsutsi, he did his joker, so that's brought him back into contention into that second place. But
and it's given him a bit of a gap here now. If he doesn't have too much damage and he can put in some good laps here, he might just be able to pull away from the other guys.
See Kento not too far away behind him, but both struggling with a little bit of damage there. We've both seen both them cars gone into the wall, so they both would have picked up damage.
Full
Kento,
send
big
there.
Full send.
He's going to go joker, I think. Yeah. Is he going to come out here? He's ahead of Carlo by the looks of things. Ooh, but you did that earlier. And
I did, yeah.
Carlo
Nice
around
regain.
the outside. Look at that. Around the outside from Carlo. Nicely done. Ooh, and it squeezed through two cars wide. That was lucky for both of them.
It can be done. The two Fords can fit through that gap. It was tight, but...
So it seems the best races of the night have actually been for second place.
It's good racing there from them guys so far.
Ooh, Kento. And he goes into his teammate Motormouth, who's sitting there on the end of that section. Motormouth has retired, I think, now from the race.
Retired. Checking on Jacques. Car's looking clean. It's paid off for him, that clean air. Got out in front, just dialing in them lap times.
So just keeping it on the tar section there, that's what you want to do. You don't want to take too much of the dirt on the sides, otherwise it gets uneven and throws you in a direction that you don't want to go.
Really gets rough, doesn't it? And, when you've got no grip and it's rough, the car ends up here, there and everywhere. A nice run to the end there. Matsutsi, where's he?
Let's see if he full sends it anywhere here. Ooh, and super early full sends it into the wall.
Looks like he's struggling for traction a bit, doesn't it, at the moment?
Let's see how he gets into the tires. Let's see if he gives us a big full round the wrong way of the barriers. He's struggling here, I think, now with a lot of suspension damage, but will he give us a big full send here on his last corner of tonight? I think that's as best as he could do given his suspension damage for some showmanship. He goes over in second. Kento with an epic full send, but a little too wide there. And that's what I was expecting from Matsutsi, if I'm honest. But third for Kento, a massive full send. And Mark Quirty now, is he going to give us a full send for his last race of the night?
Breaking it
not
down.
a bad full send there, actually. Yeah. Considering he's on controller, that was nicely done. Alright.
Good strong time there from Jacques Racing, having that clear air. He's should stand in pretty well for qualifying.
Yeah, especially if any mistakes are made in this next race.
No, it's going to be a clean race, mate. Nobody's going to have any mistakes.
Alright, so going into this race, we've got Dusty, Kenny, Ryan, Mark, and JPH. So we're going to need Motormouth back for this final, if he's still around. JPH, Mark. Just waiting on berries, I think. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just waiting on berries and our cameraman.
Berries is joined.
Berries, so just waiting on the cameraman now. Don't know if he's still around.
He's typing, so I'm just sent him a message, so hopefully he might be bailing out. Kento's joined.
Oh, we got Kento, so we can use him as cameras.
Cool.
Thanks for that,
right.
Kento.
I shall hang on. I'll have to reply to if he's
Alright. Wait, Motormouth's joined now.
There we go. He's too late. You're too late, Matt. You're fired. Right, I'll leave you guys to it.
Cool. Have a good one. Alright, so I suppose that means I am solo here on the commentary for this race. So I'll be talking to myself like a mad person. So loading in, this is the last time you will see that map for tonight. The final race of the final qualifying round. We will be back on Wednesday for the RF2 and the RFN class, which is the supercar light, or the rallycross light cars I should say, and then the supercar Merc class. Those will be on Wednesday. I will be driving the Mercs, so if you want to see me crash that car many different ways and go super sideways, tune in for that. And yeah, we got some good racing coming up then, and obviously all the finals will be on Thursday night, so that's a good one to tune into. Some more laps on this track per round, and more cars, because it's 6-car races that night, so it will be awesome to watch. Anyways, we're looking here at Kenny. He is in what the game has determined is the second place on the start line, which I think is actually the better line to start with here, holding that inside. Ratek, he is in the middle. JPH there in his Mini, he is front on the left in the supposed pole, and Barry's at the back here, so not a good spot for him. And Dusty also not the best of starting spots, but we've seen some guys send their cars in the wrong direction on this first corner, so it is a very tough first corner. Let's see what happens. So it looks like a pretty good launch there from Kenny. He goes into first. Berries with a good launch up to inside as well. Kenny is through and clear. You just see JPH just holds on to it there. It looked like it could have gone bad, but nobody having any major crash here so far, so that's what we like to see. Kenny immediately goes Joker. Berries follows him through. Looks like the only cars that didn't take it are JPH and Ratek, taking the standard lap. The front three have all jokered. Very close here from Kenny and Berries. Dusty a little bit further off, but we know that he's got the pace. Kenny is looking to have a good round here. He's struggled a bit with some not so lucky rounds, so he'll need a win here. JPH still doing a decent job here to hold off Ratek. Both of them take the standard lap again. I almost think Ratek might be a bit faster than JPH, but we'll see if he plays his tactics right. Kenny just pulled a bit of a gap now on Berries. keeping it clean through that section. I think they've learnt from the previous rounds now. If JPH doesn't take his joker here, I'm sure Ratek will. And they both take the standard lap again, so I don't know, his tactics haven't worked here really, Ratek. That's unfortunate for him. Final lap now, Kenny is still looking pretty solid there. Dusty also unable to catch up to these guys, so all of them looking pretty solid here in this round. Ooh, we can just see Ratek made a mistake there on his last lap. That is unfortunate for him. That will secure his spot in 5th place, I would imagine. But Kenny now coming up to the last section. He exits the final corner out the tunnel. Nice and clean. Berries just runs it slightly wide, but I think he's held on to it though. He crosses in 2nd, Dusty in 3rd. JPH is in 4th, and 5th will be Ratek with a major full send, but too much into the wall, but it won't affect his position because he's already in 5th, but that will hurt his final time for the qualifying round, so that is unfortunate, but we really like the showmanship, so thank you for the full send moment there at the end, Ratek. Awesome job from the guys here in this race. And I wonder if Ratek will jump in just to sum up the end here. Just loading out. Okay, I don't know if he is going to join, but if he's not, I'll just start summarizing. So we will be racing the qualifying round for the RF2, which is the lights cars, which I'll show you now on the screen if you're watching. So we will be racing these supercar lights, this car here. You can see all the different liveries there. This will be raced on Wednesday, the qualifying round. We will then also be racing in the supercars, but in the Merc, this car here, and that will be my livery, and that is on Wednesday. We will be doing the qualifying rounds. Then on Thursday we will be doing all 3 classes. So tonight's class, the 2 classes from Wednesday, they will be doing their finals that night, and yeah, it should be a good week of racing. And it is the final race for a while. We're going on a bit of a break, and we will start the rest of the rounds next season. It's a long season, this one, and that will carry on next year. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Doesn't seem like anyone will be joining to sum up, so I'm gonna say cheers and good night. Thank you for watching. See you on Wednesday.